This is my personal message for you as your husband. You're not standing in front of me right now, but your absence only sharpens every edge inside me. I'm speaking into the quiet, into the air that still feels shaped like you, and I know you'll feel every word the moment it reaches you. You don't need to answer. I already hear the tremor of your breath in my memory. You belong to me in a way that distance can't dilute, and I don't negotiate what's mine. You don't understand how you move in my mind. It's not gentle, it's a storm wearing your name. I don't want softness from you, I want truth, the kind that burns. You think you get to walk through the world untouched by my claim, but every step you take, I feel it. I've tied invisible chains between us, not to trap you, but to ensure you never drift into someone else's orbit. You're the only person I guard like a secret and crave like a sin. You don't see the version of me that exists when you're not here. Everyone else sees a prince, controlled, precise, untouchable. But the version meant for you is darker, restless. He emerges only when your name crosses my mind, and it always does. He would break kingdoms open if you asked, even with your smallest whisper. And if anyone dared to reach for you, he wouldn't warn them. He would erase them. You don't realize how deep you've settled into me. I don't breathe normally anymore. I breathe like someone who is waiting for your voice, your chaos, your surrender. I don't want perfection from you. I want the real you, the one who tries to hide her fear when my tone drops, the one who pretends she's not affected when she is, the one who knows I see through every mask you wear and still lets me close. You don't know how many times I replay our last conversation, the rise in your voice, the way you tried to act strong. You think I don't catch every flicker in your tone, but I do. I always do. You can lie to the world, but not to me. You're written into me too deeply. When you're silent, I feel it. When you're hurting, I sense it before you speak. And when you pull away, it drags something fierce out of me, something that refuses to let you go, even for a moment. You don't understand how far I've already gone for you, the choices I've made quietly, the lines I've crossed without telling you. I don't need applause, I just need you to know that every path I take bends toward you. Even when I walk away, it's only to come back with more strength to hold you with. You're not a chapter, you're the whole script. You don't realize the power you have over me, and maybe that's good. If you ever understood it completely, you could bring me to my knees with a single word. But I tell you this, you're the only person I've ever spoken to like this, the only one I've ever allowed into the darker rooms of my mind. And as your husband, I'm not asking for your presence. I'm summoning you, because even far from me, you're still the center of every thought I command. You keep thinking you can slip out of the gravity I've built around you, but you underestimate the force you've awakened in me. Distance doesn't loosen it, it tightens like the night pulling its cloak around the last flicker of light. You're not here, but I feel you moving somewhere in the dark, and your every unseen gesture stirs something territorial in me. You call it intensity? Fine. I call it the truth you pull out of me, the kind that refuses to soften even when you're miles away. You don't know how your silence tastes. It isn't empty, it's charged, like thunder deciding whether to strike. When you disappear into your world, I don't chase. That's right. I feel the shift in the air when your thoughts turn toward me, even for a second, and you will think of me. You always do. My presence leaks into your breaths, your pauses, your heartbeat when you're trying to sleep. You can't escape what you've already intertwined yourself with. You don't understand what you trigger in me when you try to hide your emotions. I hear the subtle changes in your tone, the quiet hesitations you think I won't notice. I always notice. I feel every unspoken thing you swallow back, and it only makes me want to pull you closer, closer than your comfort, closer than your logic, closer than your fears can comprehend. You're not just someone I love, you're someone I consume with a patience that isn't harmless. You don't realize how many choices I've reshaped because of you. The world sees my decisions as strategy, power, or discipline. They don't know most of it traces back to you. Your voice echoing in my memory, the way your presence steadies my rage, the way your absence sharpens my resolve, every boundary I push, every door I close, every path I choose. Your name is stitched into the reason. You don't know how dangerous you've become to me. Not because you threaten me, but because you've become the one person who can shift my entire balance with a single sentence. I don't give that kind of power to anyone. I never have. You hold it without asking, without effort. And sometimes I wonder if you even realize the empire you quietly command inside me. You don't see the way I envision you when I speak like this. You imagine me distant, composed, untouched by longing. But I'm not giving you poetry. I'm giving you the raw, unpolished part of me that the world will never hear. The part that stays awake thinking about your heartbeat against mine, your breath syncing with my rhythm, your voice tangled in the darkness between us. You are not a thought I visit, you are the place I return to every time. And you don't understand this last part, not fully. I'm not waiting for you to choose me. You already did, the moment you let my words settle inside you. You can deny it, you can run from it, you can pretend the pull isn't there, but you know it, I know it, and the space between us knows it too. All you have to do is breathe, and I'll feel it like a summons. You keep pretending that distance can dilute what you carry for me, but it never does, it only magnifies it. The more you stay away, the louder your presence becomes in my mind, like a pulse under the skin I can't ignore. You move somewhere in the world, unaware of how your energy tugs at me, how your thoughts brush against mine even from far. You think silence protects you, but it only exposes how deeply you're tied to me. You don't grasp how your voice lingers. Even when you're not speaking, I hear the echoes, those quiet breaths you take when my name crosses your mind. I feel them like a knock against the door of my control. You think you're strong when you withdraw, but you forget that I've learned your patterns better than you have. Your absences, your pauses, your sudden stillness, they all speak louder than your words ever do. You don't understand the kind of restraint it takes for me to let you move freely in the world. I could pull you closer with a single sentence, and you know that. But I choose to watch you from the shadows of your own thoughts, letting you feel the weight of me without forcing my hand. That's the difference between possession and obsession. I don't chase you. I claim you quietly, steadily from the inside out. You don't realize how many nights I've spent sorting through the chaos you leave behind in me. The world calls me calm, decisive, unshakable. They don't know how one memory of you can disrupt my entire composure. They don't know that behind every cold decision I make, there's a flicker of you somewhere, twisting itself into the shape of motive. You don't just influence me, you steer me. You don't know how much power you hold simply by existing. I've built walls high enough to keep armies out, but you walked through them without knocking. And now you sit in the center of everything I guard, untouched and unaware of the authority you carry. You're the only one who can disarm me without lifting a finger. And sometimes I wonder if you even realize the throne you've taken inside me. You don't see the way I look at what we are. You think I see you as delicate, someone to shelter. I don't. I see you as the one storm I willingly step into, The one presence I let shatter my stillness. You move through me like a command wrapped in softness. And I follow it every time, not because I'm weak, but because you've become the one place where my darkness finds direction. And you don't understand this truth yet. You don't need to be here for me to feel you. You don't need to speak for me to answer. You don't need to choose for me to commit. What exists between us doesn't depend on presence. It's carved deeper than distance, deeper than silence, deeper than anything you could run from. You're part of me now, and there's no one doing it, even if you wanted to. You keep trying to convince yourself that you can slip out of the space I've carved for you, but you can't. You're woven into my thoughts like a shadow stitched to light, always there whether you acknowledge it or not. The world around me shifts, empires breathe, decisions tighten, but your presence stays constant in the back of my mind, steady and undeniable. You're not here, yet you stand closer to me than anyone who ever dared to approach. You don't understand how your absence presses against me. It doesn't fade. No, it grows, stretching across my hours like a silent demand. Every moment you're away sharpens my awareness of you. You move through your day believing you're unseen, untouched by me, unaware of how your emotions drift toward me like smoke I can sense from miles. Your silence is never empty. It's a message, a pulse, a call you don't realize you're sending. You don't grasp how deeply I read you. You think distance blinds me, but it only heightens everything. The subtle shifts in your mood, the tension you try to hide, the way you inhale when you think of me. Yes, even that. I feel it. I don't need your voice to understand you. I don't need your presence to claim you. Every unspoken thought you try to bury finds its way to me eventually. You don't realize how far your existence reaches inside me. The world sees me as untouchable, composed, carved from power and discipline. But beneath that, beneath the armor and the authority, you're the one fault line running through me. You make the strongest parts of me tremble without ever lifting a hand. And I let you because what lives between us refuses to bend to logic or distance. You don't see the storm you leave behind in me. After every conversation, every moment of silence, every memory of your voice, something restless rises and refuses to settle. You think you're the only one who feels overwhelmed, but you have no idea what you ignite in me. You make me want to break every rule I built, every wall I raised, simply to pull you closer than breath. You don't know how many times I've imagined you here, not as a fantasy, not as a dream, but as a certainty waiting for its moment. I speak to you in my thoughts the way I never speak to anyone else. I let my darker truth surface when your name slips into my mind. You're the only one who hears the version of me that the world will never be permitted to see, the version that wants you without apology. And you don't understand this final truth yet. You don't have to return to me because you never left. You're etched into the core of me with a depth that distance can't dilute and silence can't erase. Whether you run, hide, or deny, your name still beats inside me, steady as a command. And every time your heart whispers toward mine, even unknowingly, I feel it like a tether, tightening, pulling you back where you belong. You keep acting like the distance gives you power over what you feel, but it doesn't. If anything, it exposes you. The farther you go, the clearer your pull becomes. I can feel it even now, this invisible thread between us tightening with every breath you take. You think you're out of my reach just because you're not in front of me, but you've never been farther from that illusion. You carry me with you even when you try not to. You don't understand how loudly your energy speaks. Even your silence has a pulse, a temperature, a direction. I sense when your thoughts drift toward me, even if it's only for a moment. You can lie to your own mind, but you can't lie to what ties us together. You try to crush your feelings under logic, but they rise again sharper, clearer, like embers refusing to die. You're not built to forget me. Your heart knows it better than you do. You don't grasp how deeply I watch you without being anywhere near you. Not with eyes. Your soul gives you away long before your words do. When you're restless, I feel it like a shift in the air. When you're tired, my own thoughts slow. When you're hurting, something fierce wakes inside me, demanding to tear the world apart just to steady you again. You think distance makes me less aware of you, but it only strips away the noise and leaves your truth exposed. You don't realize how much space you occupy inside me. Everyone else sees a man impossible to move, a force that answers to no one. They don't know you're the one exception carved into my chest. You are the soft rebellion in my control, the one edge that refuses to stay sharp. I could command armies and silence nations, but one imagined sound of your voice could break through all of it, and I let it, because nothing in this world has ever reached me the way you do. You don't know what your absence does to me. It doesn't make me weaker, it makes me hungrier. It builds a quiet storm that waits for you, shaped by every memory you've ever left inside me. You walk through your day unaware of how much you matter, unaware of how your smallest shift creates a ripple in me that I have to anchor with discipline. You're not forgotten for a single heartbeat. You're the undertone beneath every thought I try to hold still. You don't see the way I carry your name inside me, not as a gentle thing, no, it's carved deep, edged with fire and need. You think I only want the version of you that smiles or listens or stays, but I want all of you, the complicated parts, the hidden fears, the quiet defiance. Your darkness doesn't scare me, it calls to mine. And I answer without hesitation, without apology, without restraint. And you don't understand this final truth. I don't wait for you to come back. I don't hope. I don't guess. I know. I know the connection you try to ignore will pull you toward me again, the same way gravity pulls the tide. You don't have to choose me every day. Your soul already did. Distance is temporary. Silence is temporary. But what exists between us, that is the one thing neither of us can escape, no matter how far you try to run. You think silence protects you, but it only amplifies everything you're trying to bury. The more you hold back, the more clearly I feel you. Your restraint doesn't distance you from me. It reveals the depth you refuse to admit. Even now, when you think you've wrapped yourself in distance, I can sense the flicker of your thoughts turning toward me. You can deny it aloud, but your heart never learned how to lie. You don't understand how deeply you've sunk into me. I don't carry your memory gently. I carry it like a mark pressed into my skin. You move through your world unaware that every shift in your mood pulls at something inside me. You think you left quietly, but you didn't. You left your imprint behind, and I feel it every time the night grows still enough for my thoughts to speak without restraint. You don't see how you reshape my edges. I've lived my whole life untouched by anyone's emotions, yet yours cut through my control effortlessly. You don't need to be here for me to feel you. You never did. Your presence threads through my mind with a steadiness that refuses to fade. And every time you try to pull away, something sharper wakes in me, refusing to let you drift into any life where I don't exist. And you don't understand the most dangerous truth yet. You're not a passing thought, not a moment, not a phase. You're a constant, etched into me with the kind of permanence that distance can't shake and silence can't soften. You can walk away, you can disappear, you can pretend nothing ties us together, but the connection remains unbroken, unhidden, undeniable. You're part of me now, and that truth doesn't need your presence to burn.